Hello, I'm Susan Stacy, and I'm with Behavioral Health. I am the acting prevention specialist for our tribal opioid grant and our SPF Preventing the Future grant. Those grants help individuals with substance abuse problems. The TOR is for those who suffer with prescription medication and or opioid type abuse. And our PTF is a new grant that helps the reduction of underage drinking. We have a PowerPoint that is set up for you for self-care, and my portion of it is for financial stress and how to handle that stress with your finances. So sit back. I have links for a budget and some stress relief ideas. So sit back, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks. Hello, everyone. My name is Susan Stacy, and I am presenting Financial Self-Care. So the poet E.E. Cummings summed up the financial condition of many Americans when he said, "I'm living so far beyond my income that we may almost be said to be living apart." If you're worried about money, you are not alone. Money is a common source of stress for adults. Money provides feelings of security, power, independence, and freedom. And the threat of ongoing debt or insufficient income can result in feelings of loss of control, anxiety, and other mental and emotional distress. In addition, chronic financial stress has been linked to a cycle of increased workplace absenteeism, diminished workplace performance, and depression. In fact, according to the American Psychological Association, 73% of adults reported feeling stressed out about money, whether it's worrying about paying rent, feeling bogged down by debt. This is pretty significant given financial stress is linked to so many health issues. Although any stress can take a toll on your health, stress related to financial issues can be especially toxic. Findings that financial stress is a lone culprit in poor health outcomes, but medical research suggests that these types of symptoms are representative of chronic stress. The body reacts to stress with a fight or flight response, releasing adrenaline and cortisol, major hormones associated with stress. In situations of persistent stress, the body adapts to adverse conditions by establishing a new state of equilibrium. And the elevated levels of these chemicals can cause significant physical harm to vital bodily systems such as blood pressure, heart rate, memory, mood, and immune functioning. Financial stress can lead to poor physical health. So what do you think about how that is related to one another? When I think of poor physical health, I think of overeating, coping with substances, unhealthy substances, that is. So how does that stress affect you? Ongoing stress about money has been linked to migraines, heart disease, diabetes, sleep problems, and more. And left untreated, these conditions can lead to a life-threatening illnesses, which can plunge you even to further into debt. Also, delayed health care. So with less money in the budget, people who are already under financial stress tend to cut corners in areas they shouldn't, like healthcare. According to Gallup's annual Health in Healthcare report, 29% of American adults held off seeking medical care in 2018 because of the cost. Though this tactic may seem like a good way to cut costs down, delaying medical care can lead to the worst health outcomes and higher costs, both of which can lead to more stress. Poor mental health. Ask for help. In many instances, the link between mental and financial health is cyclical. Poor financial health can lead to poor mental health, which leads to increasingly poor financial health, and so on. For years, studies have shown that people in debt have higher rates of mental health issues like depression and anxiety than those who are debt-free. Unhealthy coping behaviors. Financial stress can cause you to engage in a variety of unhealthy behaviors, from overeating to alcohol and drug misuse. According to the APA, surveys published in 2014, 33% of Americans reporting eating unhealthy foods or eating too much to deal with the stress. Financial anxiety Is financial anxiety holding you back? Well, here are some strategies. For many Americans, financial concerns are a regular source of anxiety, which is understandable given the uncertainties of today's economy. It's important to remember that worry doesn't solve much, but answering the questions of how to overcome financial problem does. So the monetary benefit of dealing with financial problems, saving more, paying down expensive debt, will improve not just your bottom line, but your overall mood as well. The less you worry about dealing with finances and money issues, the more you can enjoy life. So to reduce anxiety, we need you to think about by identifying your stress points, whether it's the realization that you need to get more serious about saving for retirement, or you are dealing with a troublesome credit card balance. It's important to recognize what's causing your anxiety. Write down your 3 biggest sources, financial sources of stress, so you know what you're up against. Keeping that list short can help you feel less overwhelmed. How to make money a healthy part of your relationship. Figure out how you feel about money. Figure out how much each of you feel about money, you and your spouse, and how those feelings complement and contradict each other. Be transparent about your finances. What are you and your partner's priorities? What's your priority? And what life experience caused them to have these priorities? Have a safe zone conversation. Schedule to share your honest thoughts and mistakes, and no judgment allowed when it comes to talking about those finances. Create a shared vision of the future. Now is when you need to stop thinking about what you or your partner think or want and start thinking about what you both as a couple want to accomplish, or what you want to accomplish as an individual. You've already identified those stress points. Second, give it a positive spin. Your mindset can help you motivate to fix your financial problems rather than get bogged down by thoughts of never getting out of debt. Imagine the amount of stress you feel decreasing as your debt load gets smaller and smaller. It's important to believe you can do it. Be realistic. Determine what you can reasonably achieve and then dedicate yourself to following through each and every month. Make yourself a promise. Example, each month I will spend less and put the difference toward my debt so my balance declines by at least 100. Just like a crash diet or intense new workout routine can lead to burnout. You don't want to set overly ambitious financial goals that you may abandon in a few weeks or months. Next would be make the most of your income. The belief that you simply don't have enough money to put towards your goals can keep you from dealing from your financial problems. Try to focus on making the most of the income you do by spending wisely. We've put together a budget and how to tackle financial stress. These links will be provided at the end of the video. So I would encourage you to take a look at that and put your budget on the template that I've provided and look and see where your spending is. Let's say, for example, that you're spending money on going out to eat every day, 3 times a day for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. These days, you're spending like $8 to $10 on a meal, so that you could easily spend $30 a day. And you could use that cutting back by buying groceries and bring your lunch and eating at home. So think about that. If you're the one that, buys a 6-pack every day after work and however much that costs, times it by 7, that's how much you're spending weekly times a month. You could visualize and see, where your money is going. Next is small steps are key. You may not be able to cut out any one expense by $500, but you may be able to identify 5 monthly expenditures you could reduce by $100. Forgive yourself if you slip up. Sticking to a budget is not easy, and there may be days when your resolve falters. If that happens, remind yourself how much you have to gain by reaching your goals. And last but not least, keep yourself honest. Leaning on your relationships can help you keep on track. Every hard task becomes easier with the support of friends and family, so share your goals. There's no one better to hold you accountable and remind you that you're sacrificing for those you love, trust, and respect. I'm Susan Stacy, and I'm with the Kickapoo Tribal Behavioral Health. Thank you.